Hamjambo, good people, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to one of my favorite cities in Kenya, the lakeside city of Kisumu. This is one of the major cities that actually share Lake Victoria that is shared between Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania, and Kisumu is just about 1 hour away from Uganda in the western region of Kenya. Well, why am I here? Today, I'm going to be showing you some of the business that you can start in Kenya. As I promised, I'm starting a new series called Africa Business with African TIGRESS, where I'll be showing you opportunities and businesses that you can actually start in Kenya and various places across the continent. Today, I'm going to be meeting with Andy, who is in the branding business. So come with me. So finally, here we meet Mr. Andrew. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm fine,
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure too.
We can start by introducing yourself.
My name is Andrew Willie. I'm a resident of Kisumu. This is where I've grown. This is where I've gone to school. But my rural home is in Homa Bay County. Thank you.
So tell us what you do.
I do a lot of things. I am a chess trainer. I am a I want to call myself a small businessman dealing mostly in branding business. So basically it's business and training kids in chess. Okay,
so today we're going to talk about the business, the small business that you run.
Yes.
But I also know you are the vice president or the president of Chess Kenya.
Vice president.
The vice president of Chess Kenya.
Yes.
That's stories for another day.
So
tell us about your business. What do you do?
My business is called Andy Print. As I had said initially, my name is Andrew. So the
Andy.
Business was inspired by my name, as much as that looks selfish.
No, that's perfect.
For now, we deal with branding, and branding deals with a lot of things. We brand T-shirts, we brand caps, kofia, we brand caps, vikombe, we brand, we also do posters, we do banners, we do flyers, we do billboards. Basically anything that you'll think of that is printable, we are able to do. We also intend in the future to start doing uniforms, and that is where as a business we intend to improve. So any kind of printing you'll think of.
So do you print books?
Yes.
Like, how is it called? The ones for writing
notebooks.
Notebooks.
We print notebooks.
Diaries.
Yes, we do.
What if I want something for my car? Like the
stickers.
Yeah, the car stickers and all those things they do.
We do all that. If you need stickers for your cars, if you need, let's say you're campaigning in 2022,
to become the president of Kenya.
Yes, will also be able to brand your vehicles for that. So basically, any kind of branding, any kind of printing, we will do here. Also
business cards and all that.
Business cards, wedding cards, funeral programs. Also we do design works if you want a logo for your company, if you want a flyer, or if you want a poster that you'll be able to announce your event.
Weddings.
Andy Print is the place to do it.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. My business, I will say it started from the house. I remember the first time I ever wanted to do this kind of business. I was in Nairobi and I was printing some jersey for Arsenal. Then the price there was about 1,500 shillings then. But back in Kisumu, we were doing it at 2,700. So I got curious, why will they charge that much? So from that idea, I got the idea of trying to do it in Kisumu, and ever since, I will say I officially started this business on on the Labor Day of 2016. So this is where it started.
So it's about 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
Okay, that's awesome. And so that is where you drew your inspiration, and you saw obviously an opportunity.
I saw an opportunity to make money. Around Kisumu.
So how did you start now? When you came from Nairobi, how did you start?
Once I got back to Kisumu from Nairobi, I looked at the cost of the machine, a heat press machine. At that particular time, from the internet, it was 33,000, and I had some small savings. Then I just told myself I will save up to a point where I would buy it plus shipping, it was about 60,000. So once I bought the machine, I had the machine, but I didn't have a premise. So I started doing this work from the house as I was looking for money to open up a shop. So basically, I would say this business started from the house in 2015, end of 2015, as I was waiting to look for money to start this from a shop.
And who were your first clients, and how did the people receive it? Because you know, this is something you're starting new. Where did you get your first client?
It's really hard to remember, but I remember one of the first clients was a lady called Ida. She wanted me to print for her a jersey for basketball, and where I also got the biggest business first was my church. That's where I was able to print t-shirts for the youths. So from there, it just picked on. There was customer, people who I did for them work would refer others. So it kept on growing. Yeah.
What major challenges have you experienced in this business?
I will say when you begin such kind of a business, majorly it was the costs that I would incur. Initially, I didn't have a lot of customers, so I would use my own money to maintain the business. And I think that is what most people find challenges in business. When you start your businesses, when you don't have networks, when you're not making money, you have to keep on coming out of your pocket to support your business. I think that was the biggest challenge. I will not say at that time there was not too much competition within Kisumu, but one of the challenges was most of people from Kisumu would take their business back to Nairobi. So that was our challenge. They will think people who with such businesses in Kisumu either were too expensive or did not have enough expertise to do this business as well. So basically, I will say the biggest challenge was the two that I
think that's that mindset that sometimes people have, believing that something from elsewhere is better than something that is local, right?
Yeah,
there's that kind of mindset. The same way some people would prefer to import some things that are basically in the country.
And if you look at it very well, you'll find in some instances they end up using more money while they do this work outside their local areas compared to doing it in Nairobi or some other place. So I think that is a challenge that we faced, and we're still facing it in Kisumu. I will not say that it is completely out, but it's something small by small, bit by bit, as we see people coming on board, we are having them trust us even more. Yeah.
So how long did it take you to break even?
Breaking even. I would also want to add, probably when I started, one of my biggest challenges was I was excited about the business. It was not about, I will not say I was taking too much records. So when you're asking me this question, it is very hard to know when I was breaking even. But the moment I started realizing a lot of losses, I will go back into my pocket a lot. So this is when I started now keeping records. So I will say up to beginning of 2017, now I will sit down and say I'm eating from my business, or I'm even growing more and more. So I will say beginning of 2017, when now we will have more schools that were coming on board. The kind of business we have, it's majorly supported with where there is crowds of people, whether it's schools, whether it's events. So the bigger the event, the bigger the school, the more income you'll get from it. Yeah.
So what was your initial capital? I know you said you started with one machine, but for someone who wants to like maybe get the whole set, I've seen you have several machines. So for the whole set, how much does someone approximately need to have to start the business?
As you will see, or as you've seen, you will realize we print a lot of things. So depending whether somebody wants just to do t-shirts or whether he wants to do caps, so you'll need to know. But I would typically say up to between 60 to 100,000, depending on how many things you want to print, depending on the kind of workload you are expecting to get. It's hard to say, but 60,000 is, for me, will
It's
be able
something
to
that someone
you
can
can
do.
start with. And there are people who start even the machines that you have seen. There are people who start with their own hands. Then they are not able to use machines because they don't have the machines, but they can still do printing. So the only difference is efficiency and quality in terms of work. But you can even start with your hands. I will say, just like I said, I started by saying I started this work from the house. So printing of t-shirts I did with my hands before I started using the machines, that you've just seen.
Are the machines locally available, or you had to import them?
Some of them I bought locally.
Yeah.
Some of them I imported. I have imported a few, but most of them I will say, like the one for printing t-shirts was made locally. The others I've bought in Kenya, but I'm sure they are made outside
Kenya.
Yes,
So someone
yes.
imports and sells them.
Yeah.
Who you said schools are your major clients, and who else? Who are your other clients?
Schools, churches, I will walk-in customers, those who just see your the sign and come in. I will also say my biggest clients come from people who you do for them a good work, they refer. They refer somebody else to come and see. But for now, like I said, you'll make more money if you have a big order, and this comes with where there's schools, where there's churches. So for me, it's the church, and it's also schools that bring this.
I've also seen you doing some work for non-government organization, some t-shirts.
Yes, I will say this is again
community
referrals.
Groups.
Yeah, this is referrals where people who work in NGOs are either friends or are people that I've interacted with in other forums, or I've interacted with through the small marketing that we've done. So basically, our clients are anybody who needs printing. I will not really say that it's basically a lot. I will say basically, and we are still growing.
What has been your highlight in this journey?
I will say in business, most of the times, the things that happen to you, you should plan for them. So I will not really say I've reached a point where I did not expect to be here, but at times, once in a while, you'll get big businesses that you did not expect. Like there's a time I remember I did 800 t-shirts in a period of 3 days. For me, that was big because I was initially, when I started, I would print 100 t-shirts per month, 50 t-shirts per month, because we are still marketing. But when that came, it was nice in the sense you will find a big organization believing in a business you thought was small, and at the same time you got more cash for it. So I will say, for us, when we get big businesses in terms of big numbers, that's what inspires us to even grow even better.
Okay, and have you got to any point in your business and you felt like giving up?
When I started, like I said, I would get money from my pocket. I used to work at a local college in Kisumu, so I would use part of my salary to pay rent, to pay the stuff that I have. Then I had to, so it was too. At some point, it got too much that I felt the business is eating a lot. I would struggle to pay this rent, because even at the local, my work, we were not earning so much. So I would sit down and see, why am I even doing this if I'm not making any money? And for the last 7 months during this COVID period, I would also say we have really struggled in terms of making businesses, because look at when schools are closed. Like I said, schools are our biggest clients. When events, you're not able to hold events. We are not also able to make
gatherings and all
so
that.
basically, during this COVID times, we have experienced a bit of a struggle. We have only been able to survive because we have been there for some time. But I can imagine people who are just starting, it will have been a big challenge.
How big is your staff now?
I have 3 that are fully employed. Then like you've seen in the shop, when we have a bigger work, then we bring in people who just work. Once they're done, they are paid, and they go. So it's 3, but the others come on the basis of the workload. Yes.
Is it a business that you'd encourage someone? Do you think it's profitable enough someone can venture into?
I've been doing it for 5 years. So basically, I see profit in it. So if in any kind of business you do, the main aim is to make profit. And other thing is probably the impact it has to the community. But for me, this business, the only reason why I'm still doing it is because it's giving me profit. So basically, I would encourage anyone who wants to do this kind of business or any other to come in. Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. So how can someone contact you? Where can we find you? People who are interested in your services, how can they find you? Okay,
for now, what we really do is you can contact us through our mobile numbers. We can also contact us through Facebook. We have a page called Andy Print Designs. We also have emails. I know most people might not use emails, but stick to the numbers. Should I give the numbers?
Yeah, it's okay, but I'll still also put them on the screen.
0727 880 881. That is the main number. And we'll also just use the Facebook. We'll be able to get in touch to you once you communicate through Facebook.
All right. Thank you so much, Andy. It's been a pleasure hosting you.
Thank you,
Keep building your business. I can't wait to see how far Andy Print goes.
It's a pleasure having this interview, and I will say we appreciate this interview, and hopefully you will come back. We do for you some printing for your business. Thank you.
I need some branded merchandise for my platform. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this amazing episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. And like I told you, if you need options of businesses, I'll be interviewing people who are doing businesses so that you can get an idea of some kind of the businesses that you can engage in, as well as in case you need any services of the business people I'll be interviewing, well, you can still go ahead and do that. So thank you so much, and until next time, kwaheri.
Bye-bye.